Hello, fellow internet dwellers. This is Lego Jackman, and you are watching the set review for the Monster Fighters The Mummy set number 9462 Lego set. This is from 2012. It contains 90 pieces, 2 minifigures, and originally retailed for $12 in the United States. But of course, that is irrelevant for today, because now if you want to get this set, you're going to be looking at about $11 used and about $28 sealed or more. I've seen it going for like $40 on eBay, but around like $30 to $35 sealed. It's a pretty small set. It's the second smallest set in the entire Monster Fighters wave, of course excluding the polybags. But let's take a look at this set. Number one, let's first take a look at Ann Lee's kind of mini helicopter. Now this is a very small build. This set is a little bit bigger than the Swamp Creature set, and in that video I talked about how the set was really small and couldn't really include that much. This is basically the same size as the hoverboat from that set, but there's a much larger villain build, so that's where the extra $5 goes. But for the Monster Fighter build, we have the Ann Lee's little helicopter. Now, usually, I would probably not be super excited to get something like this. I would want a larger vehicle or something. But this is actually the same kind of vehicle that is in Far Cry 4. I played that game pretty recently, and this is the first flying vehicle in that franchise. This vehicle was all over the map, and then you can fly around in this little thing. So it kind of made me want the set even more instead of less. We get fake missiles here. I guess those would be missiles, maybe. The landing legs are just some ski pieces. It is controlled by these two levers. There's this little clip that might be used for like the second arrow for Ann Lee, but on the instructions it's not in there, so I don't really know what that is for. This piece here is really just used to hold it, the swooshability. And then there's also a little, whatever this thing is called, the wings of the little helicopter. And we'll get into the minifigures after we're done looking at the set, but that is really it for the little helicopter. Now for the Mummy's Chariot. It's a pretty interesting build. Let's start in the front. We have a glow-in-the-dark skeleton horse. Now this one that I have is not glow-in-the-dark because when I bought it, it didn't include a glow-in-the-dark one. But I will order an actual glow-in-the-dark one eventually, just not right now. He has, but just pretend it is glow-in-the-dark. He has flaming eyes, which is really awesome. Unfortunately, they couldn't use a smaller piece, so the flames are pretty large, but it's still a cool idea of having flaming eye skeleton horse. Moving back here, we have these spears protecting the Mummy's moonstone. I was about to say tombstone. And we get a golden scorpion that is put on. Now in the Monster Fighters mood video, I believe it's called the mood video, the location of this moonstone was in a secret compartment on the Mummy's Chariot. Well, this is not very secret, it's just out in the open. But I guess that video was probably made prior to the release of these sets because there's a bit of inaccuracies in that video. Moving back to the actual chariot part, get some golden teeth in the front. Moving back, we have some more golden, like pointy things. These, I would say, are lamps to light up the chariot. Let's move the mummy for now. And there's what it looks like in there. Not a lot of space to put them, just those 2 studs. These clips here are for storage, so you can store the mummy's sword if you want to. And then there are these like wagon wheels. So it's a very basic chariot design. There's not much to it. No play features really. That's kind of unfortunate. But that's really it for the Chariot. So let's take a look at the minifigures. The first minifigure here is the Mummy. Now this one is glow in the dark. It's just really faint and it's kind of hard to show, especially since I'm filming this in kind of the middle of the day. Lots of wrapping printing that looks really nice. It also continues on the back. The face, this got like the dead torso or dead head inside with the gray skin, and then the red eyes with that grin. Looks pretty awesome. Moving down, got more bandages, and I'm pretty sure I had a larger version of this character as like a clock that I don't know where that went. He's also got this big blade as his weapon. So that is pretty cool, and that is the Mummy minifigure. The other minifigure included in the set is Ann Lee, and this is the cheapest way to get her. She's also in the Ghost Train set, so this is my first Ann Lee minifigure completing the Monster Fighters for me. She has an arrow tied up in her hair, which I think looks really cool, and I'm not sure if this is the first time this hairpiece was used. I think it was also used in like a Cave Woman CMF. But other than that, I don't know any other times this hairpiece has been used. So that's a cool hairpiece with the arrow. That looks really awesome. Her face, she's got a giant scar on her left eye. And then she also has a back face because her hair is long enough. And there's more of a smirk on there. Moving down, she's got like a little sun necklace. And then, I don't know what this thing is called, but it's like the thing that those princesses wear and stuff under dresses, I think. And then moving down, she's got an onion to fight off vampires. And I'm not really sure what this is. There's like a buckle for something. And then it looks like a pack of furs or something. I don't know why she would have that. There's the back of the torso, just a continuation of the front. And then her crossbow. And the arrow is, of course, an extra for the crossbow. So that is the Ann Lee minifigure. For extras for this set, I do have the instructions. There's the glow-in-the-dark skeleton horse, at least what it should look like. There is the mummy and how he lights up. It's not the entire minifigure. They didn't use glow-in-the-dark plastic. They just had a glow-in-the-dark print on it. I think it would have been even cooler if he just entirely glowed in the dark, but maybe that would be too expensive or something. And then there's Ann Lee's little helicopter. Standard instructions. By the way, does anyone actually build like this? Because I always just have them in a giant pile, and especially for used sets, I never sort them out. Glow-in-the-dark insignia. And then moving on to the back here. This is where there would be features showed off, but there really isn't any features. Oh, I guess that's a feature. Using that little clip to grab the moonstone. And then also there's a picture of the glow-in-the-dark elements of the set, the part count. Then we have an advertisement for all of the sets. Again, I have all of these. Oops. This one and this one. The only one I'm missing is the Ghost Train, which I will be buying probably within the next week. And hopefully will arrive a week later after I buy it. So that would mean that it should be arriving by Halloween, and I can have all the Monster Fighter sets done by Halloween, and then I can do the final retrospective of the line as a Halloween sort of special. There's an advertisement for the Lego Club, and then there's the win. Also, now that we know how this works, this clips in like this apparently. You would have to get really close, and I don't think that is practical, because this thing would probably be going like 20 or 30 miles an hour. So you would need to be flying in at 20 to 30 miles an hour, going the exact same speed, this low to the ground, and then you would need to have to turn and fly like this, so that you're going the same speed, and then move in, and going at the exact same speed as to not go too far and not go too slow and then get hit. And then you need to pick this up very accurately and then lift off. So I don't think there's a very practical way to get this. It would make more sense to have like a missile on this set, have some sort of flick fire missile and just shoot, and then like blow up the Chariot and then take it from there. Here's a closer look at the moonstone. It's got like an Egyptian eye on there. Kind of reminds me of the eye of Pharaoh from Overwatch. But that is all that I have for the set. Let's take a look at how it's displayed. Here is how I display the set. I have modified my Crazy Scientist and his monster set to be able to be opened up more, and then I have the hearse, the car from that set, and then I have the mummy set all in front of the lab. So it's not really anything super displayable. Maybe if you can have like a clear piece, it'd be cool to have it floating up here, but I don't really have any clear pieces to be used as specifically display pieces. But yeah, that is how I display the set, kind of just in front of everything else. Now for closing thoughts, this set for $12, I don't really think I missed out too much when this line came out and I didn't get any of the other sets. Of course, I missed out on a lot of the bigger ones. This one, it's fine. Again, I do like this helicopter, and it's nice even outside of Monster Fighters. It's nice to have this because it's from Far Cry and it's one of my favorite games. Also nice to get Ann Lee. The Chariot itself, once it's glow in the dark, I don't think is going to be the best addition to the Monster Fighters collection, but they just needed something, so it's fine for $12. It's definitely not anything super special. But that is it for my Monster Fighters The Mummy review, set number 9462. If you did enjoy, maybe consider hitting the like button, and if you've enjoyed a lot of my videos, then maybe consider subscribing. That is all I have for today. Thank you for watching, and have a nice rest of your day. Peace.